Welcome back to another edition of Wild Encounters. I'm here with Eric, and he's the greenhouse guy. And we're in here in a greenhouse. It feels like it's summer because it's warm, it's humid in here, and it looks kind of like we're in a jungle surrounded by lush tropical plants. And you have all these amazing plants here at Riverbank Zoo and Gardens, not just zoo, and gardens. Tell us about all the plants you have here around the whole property.
So the whole property is, we have 26 acres over here at the garden, all lush, beautifully maintained gardens. We're standing in our greenhouse complex, which is not usually seen by the public. You can see it if you look close enough, but usually the public doesn't come back here. This is where we store all of our tropical plants. We're in our tropical greenhouse right now. We also grow a lot of our annuals and perennials down here as well.
So what does that growing process look like from seed all the way to full-grown plant?
So we have a mist system, which helps us to germinate seed and to take vegetative propagation, which is like cuttings and stuff like that. So they go from one greenhouse to the next, getting potted up after they've rooted in. We transplant, and then after being in the greenhouse for about a month, maybe more for some plants, we take them out. They harden off outside, and then they're ready to use in the garden and the zoo.
So these plants not only just in the botanical garden, but also into the zoo areas as well?
No, I am the grower for both the botanical garden and the zoo, and a lot of people don't realize that the zoo takes as much plant material as the garden, actually more in some cases. Yeah.
And so obviously it's not like you're just growing local plant life. You have plant life from all around the world here. So what goes into growing plant life that comes from so many different parts, so many different climates, so many different areas?
A lot of stress on the grower's part. A lot of my friends are commercial growers, so they deal in what's called monoculture. So they'll have 3,000 of the same thing and they can treat them the same. I might have 5 of the same thing and can't treat the whole house the same way. So it gets tricky when you have plants from South Africa meeting plants from England, meeting plants from Canada, meeting plants from New Zealand. It's weird when you have southeastern native plants blending with Amazonian jungle plants for exhibits and stuff like that. It gets kind of hairy to manage all of those climates.
Yeah, and I think the trap we can fall into is you come in and you enjoy the ambiance of the plants, but you don't think about the specifics, and these can be just as delicate and intricate caring for as the animals.
Each plant definitely has a set of requirements, and usually they're grouped similarly. I mean, we try to get, our garden tries to give the average patron a idea of what they can grow in their garden. So in the botanical garden, if you walk through in winter, that is pretty much what you can grow in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina in the winter. So, and in the summer, we do a lot of tropical stuff. Not all homeowners can move in and out big tropicals, but we try to show you what you can do on the small scale and the large scale, give you ideas.
So come on down here to Riverbank Zoo and Gardens, head on over to the Botanical Garden, see the kinds of things that you can grow yourself. They're giving you ideas right there. That's fantastic service you offer, but also make sure you keep an eye out for the plants when you're on the zoo side of things, because those are just as cool. We'll see you next time.